You be also a threat of harm, and I said, meaning standing maybe around threat of something, there for another harm, offensive conduct, assault. But you
also prove your own.
Also prove.
13 normal. Okay. Here are headlines for today's sports. We are here till 12. I'll say Barcelona. Rafinha are reportedly very close to agreeing a new contract that will keep him there until 2029. A good one for them. Dean Hudson and his father are ready to facilitate a move to Real Madrid if the club is interested. Real Madrid. Real Madrid has started. Ibrahim Konate wants a significant pay rise. To make him one of the highest earners in Liverpool squad. And then Chelsea set to open talks with Victor Osimhen over a move this summer. And then a stumbling block, the only major stumbling block between the Blues and Osimhen striking a deal is a Nigerian proposed wage of 10 million per year. Okay, so 10 million per year. Chelsea saying Osimhen will be taking how many weeks? 52 weeks. 52 weeks on. Okay. That will not be bad though. About my week in the saying 10 million divided by 52 I'm here. Hey, send me and also and I'm not getting it right. Okay. Ipswich Town forward Liam Delap have reportedly indicated that he would favor a move to Manchester United over Chelsea and Rafael Leao to Arsenal transfer latest. As Andrea Beta targets 1.7 million Raheem Sterling replacement. Why in replacement? A Johnson job from Wabu just which church on Semo. Baba Isa.
So you replace Raheem Sterling.
Why? Oh,
yes, no.
Raheem Sterling.
Raheem Sterling.
I can't play no Adana.
I don't Raheem Sterling on Arsenal player.
So also be very close to be as anything.
Oh, say you need report just say Andrea Beta no needs a squad depth. Talk of the
so on Raheem Sterling
you fear Chibano or to say for kind placement before Raheem Sterling will go and I think Rafael
the true Rafael who's answer trade man or am collagen analyst in there oh kwakoto Rafael Leao solo bra 1 minute bebo am oh go to Rafael Leao nasi e kan was also Raheem Sterling replacement kanu pe ona Mona Munchocho, Asemi ne canon.
As a boss, ye players need be free. I was definitely
replacement as in
meaning the player will come to
play.
So, and that's what I said set up now. Raheem Sterling, even where he plays, is a third choice player. Baby Obon, Saka, Nwaneri, Sterling. And Lucas Ogo Tona be replaced now. Mintia so replacement. Ne say who be should be a name nti Rafael Leao no ba be third choice winger
you bet him the number so me Sterling but you bet him position
akwano church range Jean-Pierre Gasperini hails a fantastic achievement for Atlanta to reach the Champions League for the 5th time in 7 years. Okay, tied for his future. We'll have the time to think about the rest. Manchester City will target a move for Tijani Renders, and AC Milan only consider a bid in excess of club record of 57 million. Club record says so, Baba.
AC Milan would only consider a bid in excess of club record 57 million.
Let's say Milan don't play more than 57. I think that is the meaning.
Recently.
The book record there recently becomes a bit so as an Acheampong. Those days, no. The Milan days, not players born yet didn't say so. That's also possible. Atletico Madrid are set to hold talks with Manchester United over a deal for Anthony. Juventus and they are also keen on the 25-year-old. Amorim on high the pride now on my Anthony man over Bonoba. On Rashford.
I don't think he
player no. The ones who are their player, they have the first option.
Granted series of interviews or say he's happy when he's happy.
And
he's better.
and
regretting leaving Manchester United.
Olivier, yeah, the number was seen. Olivier,
you have been say I had him manager.
But we fear, who got now down from 10. But we fear. Black Starlight suffered a cruel exit from the U25, U20 African Cup of Nations, crashing out in the quarter-final after a 5-4 penalty shootout defeat to Egypt. Despite dominating large portions of the game, Ghana were left to real missed chances and defensive errors that led them to this exit. Okay. And Nancy Bobo be a baby and the idea a and as was here near Kahuasem say tournament a qua a quite the first way you crowd you know now what be fear yeah
a good team that's tournament so
coach no go be number Under 20 from Ghana for the Abdul Sulemana reacts to painful quarter-final elimination. Yusuf Lazio has criticized the MD for failing to effectively carry out his duty. Now, a number police station goes saying Yusuf Lazio de Kasei. You now a transina a defense here. Club sources indicate that the IMC of Kotoko has agreed to appoint Masou Okunodo as the new head coach of the club at the end of the current season. Zanity, the decision was reached during a recent meeting of the IMC as they look to restructure the technical team ahead of the next campaign. So, exclusive, we are sure. Is it a factor you are speculating? Okay, Zanity, Apumdiwa Nebum, sports lawyer at the community Dunum about 9:49. Nti Obana Fiane, Dr. Dinko Mona. Yabe pinsem amananisem. Where I am going.
Enti anopay yakunko funkresona en samwa edi adencheche en samwa e boom from pa onko funkresno ya de honsam atoanim en samno doso nemom anopay de disafata se wohwe na wotie ena yede emma wo kitikiti mom polibi ena ewoma aka nso yanom aka abunu pa anopay ya tue boasena fe ya confirm emunum no nyina ama wo on Facebook Oyerepa Live Oyerepa Radio on Facebook Oyerepa Live Oyerepa Radio on Facebook. Now yansase MF Spain na Barca force Ukraine financial difficulties media ewo omuntimi nkasa eni ho nabom ne plus bakum yo no bia ombe team nom na afa amude bi abeka ho Demete HM's latest player a fullback Pedro Porro ausia kan ema Tottenham Spurs no abusuam sporting director ema FC Barcelona Deco ehwem se bibia koya odreba na afa be adwuma ede ama team nom FC Barcelona sporting director Deco and then saying the interviews outdoor etudwa and ose no kranie ono no dobeka ama obia activist team no en kakra egusua ekoranim adia na ampesa amoye the Champions League de La Liga and the Spanish Copa del Rey no abusia etimi abem adiaka and say omo ba ko esi kwan no so a omo koji the Spanish Primera División Santander no radioka and some bibia ebekoye at the amatim no going forward amu plus ba kumye no bia omo ye ho adwuma after the season ombe confirm omo nyina yanhwe update the latest on Spotify Campanun say Spotify Campanun update at say and Spotify Campanun esi etia as of enra na ohwe Spotify Campanun na the last update amedema wono na is a carpet no and nyama nyina omatima wodwuma amala twitwa line say update and a just screen so a ohwe bi ene amapay Thiago Alcantara at the Atudasa Yanyo Denny Oyebwe Hans Flick Jumana and Prempey Obo at the Ama Timnum Yani Etime Aso na Sawantime Anje the Champions League no cra indications are or the Amanum are positive and no I Thiago Alcantara Ninsam I don't know na Maminko Rafinha na Suye Honimisa or player beer Afi Waba Juma Pa last year ka 2 and bro Nanka Omu Ejana crying na Jayati and I'm playing Chamsa Amatim come on Ako Anime Pa Obestante Ama FC Barcelona until 2029 na Oye Juma at the Ama team no Arsene Wenger on a former Arsenal manager and Prempey Oye FIFA's chief of global football development or the Atuga sa enai obiaka Lamine Yamal na ono de Ocha Barca team na one player oye magic no aye Pedri o se Barca esia kan na se Pedri aye offer debut team no aye off ano aye Professor Wenger nensema oti etuga Maminko Rodrigo na so aye obeka classico no went to ensia kan almost anya fit physical conditions yase boy no buafu boy ni mpasam abebo match bia nti o catch mpedinfo say oni sound mind say o de bo classico no weekend teams ya kan eti a say likely say according to reporters say physical conditions on teams ya can let us say boy nya happy onya na gain say obesi kan empempe no try new manager Oba na only team commander on kind of plans so Oba movie on and we Rodrigo Ninsama yeti and ne ano play on say enra and I'm confirming and my war say the Don Carlo Ancelotti ekoya juma ama Brazil national team no na de nim anisa per ne contract no on Madrid elbo ayonkofa kensie before 2026 FIFA World Cup now maminko and some fufumo our Madrid asue Xabi Alonso die tienie empenimfuati asia say ono ana beko FIFA Club World Cup ana die ma confirm sa story no amadada na wa request for 2 players apart from Trent Alexander-Arnold no wa request for 2 players no o say obehia center back and of him obehia left back na odromom ako FIFA Club World Cup no na center back mpempen Fiorentino Perez aye wojuma aye Dean Hoyson of Bournemouth and of him Alex Grimaldo on the report say Xabi Alonso and aka the Fiorentino Perez or believes Oba but I 20 Alex Grimaldo for left back our Madrid and the reporter Yansa Eka and I'm play Lucas Vazquez be free team no. That is reporter. Yansa Eka and play your year 2024-2025 season year. Lucas Vazquez and Tuaso and your Juma and Madrid team La Liga 2025-2026 August 15th and Abusiam ebetini asha say nemo ebe delay if Madrid announce Atletico de Madrid amutu semi-final announce finals of the FIFA Club World Cup the commencement of the La Liga 2024-2025 no ebe delay and the reporter Eka Yansa and ano play Antoine Griezmann say a talent kasia at the emanons of late niaman koye manom Diego Pablo Simeone coach Eman Atletico de Madrid Eman playing time nemo no say that is a player adia wo say ye eduba bia nyane nyina be koye enti ene abon omobino also of fighting heart na fe owura team no oko Atletico de Madrid asuya jenseka echem say amone Juventus the latest 2 teams are amotwin come on Manchester United asuya for Anthony player Emma Manchester United I know say Osakai Emma Rebetis as lone player now Bros Mendes only a resource that midfielder na Demete HMS Bros Mendes no Nyankopon wa samai resource that abetono amano afitim num yatinina atu oni and I'm play on today's sports live on Oyerepa TV live on Oyerepa 100.7 FM eba free Spain now fe din come on our England and I'm play me din come on our Ibrahima Konate na so ɔyɛ defender ɛma Liverpool na unsa mpanimfoɔ no ne di nkɔmmɔ ɛsɛ sɛ 2026 ya na ne contract ɔne Liverpool ɛba na wieyɛ mprempren yi ɔgye £140,000 per a week na asɛ negotiations na ɛte kakra ɛde ama Liverpool ne nyinam ne sɛ ɔse ɔpɛ £400,000 per week ɛsɛ 140 no ɔpɛ sɛ ɔmutua £400,000 a week at the Emmanuel and your reporter Yansa Eka Efi Ibrahima Konate Nashuya on some Liverpool Fonoco Ibiza Ekoji Amanim for winning the English Premier League NT and on a play on Oyerepa TV, on Oyerepa Radio, Oyerepa Live, on Facebook, on your favorite TV station and now Liverpool Fono Ibiza na and slots and in the boys no at Germany Rio Ferdinand at the Atuja over Manchester United no crani Lenny Euro development says ya omnum ndani aso or believe sir Ruben Amorim or ya that boy no and a lot and a one ama Manchester United 19-year-old boy Lenny Euro the wasem and a yeti Atuja another play boss player Roy King sir Adentia Scott McTominay anya successful our Manchester United and yes be an onim body bow namum dena on no airpair on Vinti and Amwa Amma Scott McTominay Nemotimbono young Hunisa and where or say Fred and no on the bone Vinti na Fred and Amwa Amma Scott McTominay Yamankoye and Farmer 12 goals in 34 appearances. Scott McTominay about fan favorites our Neposa and our play you don't want some to an Chelsea and no me catch you our today's sports no so say I'm a chance and Victor James Osimhen think about na transfer update on a play on Victor James Osimhen and it's £100 million no it's around £192 million a week. £192 million a week around that figure and you come out in a year no £10 million per year and on as a Chelsea for Asukaka I say I was so happy that Fergie came for me. Eben van der Sar was the career back and now okay Juma Manchester United. Edwin van der Sar.
Not really, because I had a great success at Ajax when I started my career early on, and I went to Juventus and didn't turn out well. So I needed a fresh change, and that was full. And I felt the Premier League was a league where I could compete, where I could do my thing. And I always thought there would be a chance that I could be picked up by Arsenal, Chelsea, Man United, Tottenham, or something like that. But to be fair, I would think it would happen 32, maybe 33, 34. I was not losing patience or faith, whatever, but I was quite happy that Fergie came for me.
Na Mamifi Edwin van der Sar and Manchester United yeah na yenim komo ewo me boss team yes Arsenal amosia na Arsenal no onim say new sporting director Andrew Better na opening say ubetimi adje the English Premier League no compete akwonim our Champions League no ma ade here squad depth enti players bia amotete Arsenal na de bia mo de amote bench bono amobi no sa players na samayi Arsenal ebe offload mo na fe amope players de ofri mu no ofri mu a na no na otwani Kolo Balera ofim na David Fratesi eba no oba be shego sa squad depth interview no ebi like that and a person oyem ema Arsenal nyankopon bo a samayi and a reporter and no efiwo etoja na Spurs phone training boss training na enra na and Postecoglou and the Manchester no I was say Liverpool fan and answer Manchester United fan ujiraye Europa League final niema omoyo training grounds no enya some K20 ebeko Oyerepa TV no so na Spurs akwanya omofoso training for the final na oko Ipswich Town forward Liam Delap na so ya boss see in between Manchester United and Chelsea back home and bueno, and Juma, and one, only said 12 goals, and was in 35 Premier League appearances. Emma Esris Town Timum, I'm sure Perbodola, El Training, said Tavi Simons, no, I'm a sign around summer. I say, I'm already say 60 million pounds come back here up there on the creativity, on the playing abilities, and on the intelligence, and on Adimola Lukman sir, are you happy sir? I'm not that year Atlanta, I qualified for Europe, Unisemra, meeting couldn't, and not one, I'm a qualification into Champions League, Nyankupon next season, Jean Piero Gasperini, Atlanta manager was a fantastic achievement. Emma Atalanta say I'm do for a Champions League 5th time in 7 years. I'm qualify for the Champions League. Rafael Paladino on set Ukraine boys no timbo na anya bat and na Vano anya Jumaye and na Venezia at Fiorentina as 2-1 and Rafael Paladino and in semi to Manchester City Tijani Rendes Mete sa amani bako at Tawasa Latvia. I'm the Phantom Mobile Juma ama Tino Oko si a clubs no ya Jemenseka HMSA AC Milan former sporting director Ricky Masara Tim Sauto and Etinachia. I'm trying to say Ricky Masara no amansa abekanom na febe Juma at the amatim nano pay yatinina at to him Jonathan Ta na say me call Germany Jonathan Ta abusia Gemeti HMSA Bayern Munich asha se negotiations na ekoso Jonathan Ta and Juma Bayern Munich onimsa obeko as a free agent sansa year 2024-2025 season ya na Jonathan Ta and buy all for Leverkusen na we am contract no Juventus Bayern Munich omina am make inquiries about Christopher Nkunku amram no me Juma and fa emo 21 na for high sense amasue amodeno and I papa me say oh jajo obesesi ho ya ni na aye womwa rice cookers kettle iron air fryers microwave near deadina o to for modern papa 020302 0302 550000 boss player you be see Musa Dr. Sam Atlase na nkurane tojom Dr. Sam yenye udeni uye bwe Dr. Sam yenye udeni uye bwe apomudeni waba yenye udeni apomudeni yenye udeni uye bwe masako onsa ya de waba Atlase onsa Dr. Sam no onsa ya de
that's right
nano
de na ni guys when ni how
yes when ni how oba and I mean, not be seen any no so Jimana.
That's right.
I mean, on a planet of
also.
You don't want any certificate.
Assemblies of God, so full life. Okay, Doc, let's say, ain't you no pay, but by the camera fans, and the Munia 100.7. Right.
Jeremy Darcy said, "What is happening? Amamiami or Shira. Mamentia, I have 4 Omohemi or Oyerepa TV. Any a TF4 Oyerepa Radio. Christo Midiane Dr. Sam Amida Apomuden Heba Clinicano Okumase Sofolai Soja 4 Kwane so opposite Assemblies of God for Aso Dankesieno Ewa Enamo Christo Amonia Enkwenshia Adasamakwa Christo Bonia ma Adasama se yeni duana bano yemfa na han no ensa yare tuba maso ya nubuna eni nua hini eni nua han no bade nyankopon ehira so ama me a mede esa yale o maso ye so bi tie me na pa na eni yare atena wo so ache wakomiamia bebre watu sika gudi no wo fi se eni yare na wo so no eye kwankwa me catch o se edu apomuden heba clinic nkwade a ye kwa ebeko Gemina bani sesia na frame me say me number ni 0551 09 89 61 0551 09 89 61 me say mo Kumase Sofolai Soja 4 kwane so opposite Assemblies of God for aso dan kese no eho enamo me say Bible ne say ye ni padua no na say yakwa no ne kanea na say ne han eni eni ti say sumdru wani a ne sumadu ni padua nyina obi tia me ne pa obi a woni aprusuo pa ye mema wadura woni na aprusuo no ebejai wo ho woni etutu ejauti yare ema utifa epa pa oba mema wadura utina epa no ebeton woni na etutu no ebejai wo so a ode tambia woni yo hene waposa ema woni ayekokwa bra mema wadura obenoma woni na tambia uposa no ubejai mani kokko no so afiri ho manatsa kala nyankopon edema yani no ayesa pepepe so obi so tie me na pressure ewo ni so nipa ba uhunu mienu ayo hwan ni a tu ho na mo na bra mema oduru abenoma pressure na ewo ni so no ebe firi wani so kra bu ho na glaucoma ewo ni so woni so aye bre nwade yi a tu ho na mo na bra mema oduru a sa glaucoma ya ewo wani so ebe firi wani so kra obu ho a odi problem se this a share glasses na se spectacle ansa na otumi akenkan na se wotimi atro tambia me kase wo share hwehweni wa efiri manti blem kodu nkokra blem a ada obeyi ato ho no na otoni firamu kra na me di oba me mo oduru abeno ma obeyi ato ho na otimi atro na otumi akenkan kama obeso die ne se nipa ba uhu nipadua no na so nanim dua pa ye na esumadu ho so bon so benten kofi anakwame ene eba no edemaw disa otini pa ne ansana ohuni pa kura oba we nyina ya ni yare a etini pa da sani so a hanu tu ho na mo na bra obi so tie mu de wani de asie de mosia pa na aguso wani so ewwo ye owia kura untimi hwa tu ho na mo na bra me mo dura obenuma wani na se ye de mosia aguso no ebe free so kura your far sightedness and your short sightedness so obi tie me no obi wo ha ni problem say ade ben pa na wo hu e wa kira onhu ni ye obi so die ne say ade wa kira na wo hu e ben pa onhu ni ye we nya ya ni yale so a e tini pa da sani so a e hanu tu ho na mo na bra na me say ka kire awofo ni say akwebi wo ha okọ school a otie kire say ya onhu blackboard ni so ye ebi mpo ben pa so ya na ni hu aye din amana mo fo mo nya ntwa na mo fo mo mra apomuden heba clinic Dr. Sam masuye mema na duro be no ma okọ school ba bibiara teacher ni no eden betra classroom wo no obetimi ahu board ni so ye wotimi atro wotimi akenkan kama so obi tie me na cataract ete esisi na nim yenu nyina so se woni nifa no na ete afura na he na nkosa benkum no ema benkum so amfura nka ho na ete ebo bia ni so a sei na ye lens na nkasa ye cloudy ebo eje sofa obi die ye kusu obi die wisi obi hu ade fita ase nwusie pa na enam ni so enam sa tei na dia call hospital ma doctor na catch you say etena esisi wani so no enyini esusu a 5 months time 1 year time bra me your surgery na so operation me catch you say tuanamona bra memo woduru abeno ma sa tei ebe firi wani so wo house wo ye surgery no na so operation na wie na so still hu ade ye me catch you say enkachi achia so mu bra memo woduru abeno ma be hu ade kama tabia me ka say adriver fo a eba maso egusu ba no ya mankasa no ebro madwen ene menti ase enso tu so osue katwi na se wa driving school o ko se ko do lances o ko ya eni yale krenti yan fo lances amawa rehe apomuden heba clinic ebu onso o twika o fie ko wani mu pa o kwa ko renew lances o ko ya eni yale krenti yan fo lances amawa rehe Dr. Sam mechira kwan ebu onso esum ya dri no sia ba esum ya dri no ohu ba bia not me the car akọ abafie asundwe ebu onso ahumate 5 am bo se ebo ajiwani su nyina afa ontimi fa car enko no abafie asundwe munyina momotwi na momra asani yale atew so asa driver ni no afiru so akokora a esama bio na me saka chobi a otie me ne na diabetes atena wo so achepa 3 to 5 years nti edi ani yare abrawa to ho na mona bra mema woduru a wo beno ma se ni yare na diabetes edi abrawa no ebe firi so kra na masama woduru a ebe tu diabetes na se kra tambia me kase mabru bebre youth ni bebre ho a
and yari ewo mo so aye STI sexual transmitted infection once a gonorrhea na ebetena no so acha kakra na syphilis e de ne ho adim by 6 months time there once a do wani so no ni nti obi a otie me ne pa na syphilis ama wani yari de me catch us to one amon na bra na ma wodura obenom a and yari na syphilis e de abla no ebe free so akokra a ensama biem Gemina mani sesia na frame me say me number ni 0551
0551
09
09
89
61
0551
0551
09
89
61 Simo Kumase Sofolai Soja for Kwane so opposite Assemblies of God for Asodan Kese no eho enamo na me sa katcho bia blood pressure ewo so se bra memo wodu abanoma ebeba normal obisu wo ho na abeton sum aduane to yema na yem etutu wa tuwa na mo na bra memo wodu abanoma sa osayale ebe firi wo so akokora a ensema bi wo stroke nti obubu ogudam wo so service stroke nti ofa adwojo wo ha stroke nti wano achia udi afena wonsa ayetititi onaye tititi a ebom kayese o yakika ko stroke yaliem tu hwana mo na bra wo ha prostate nti yedi ketita na se dodo ben atobe mamu a bra memo odura sa dodo ben na yedi atobe mamu no yebe yefrim na masama wodura obenum a emu kro ebewu ema bema no agiambra ne obi a hania yawo so emfa ho se da wo yem sa beto hwem ne kase me mfa ho kra me de bibiduro be kan ema hania anane oba fibroid eda wo yem oso bra abibiduro kro ya me de be kan ema fibroid no anane oba de bo ma no omo ba bia ne so so ba bia mfa ko na fichi ko so ba du ha na mienu na miensa na ni chima na twa e chese yale bia sikwan a ema wuchima na ema ye oba memo oduru abenu ma bechima kama obi a asthma nti se wapa ha ututu wana mona bra memo oduru abenu ma sa asthma ebe flu so akokra so obi tie me ne na white oba white e dey poor candidiasis ha wo so bra memo oduru asa white ebe flu so kra bema mu ayemre na wontumi ena oyere na so partner ena ye tambia wale semye entokwankwa me so ba memo anu bema doni bi wo manim ho ema bema na peja ema na brem mama kwa ma dia kofie e dia kowo soyere bema bi obi sutie me ne na aho pa eho odin obi awo ho odin ma pa wo so bra bema odura obenuma obewo afa ho afa aba obi sutie me ojo ba dia bo no na bema na sun e bite trepa benam yale bi di se STI sexual transmitted infection gonorrhea ne baba so atra so achenti no ama bema na fon ehia ka ketekete abra memo wodura obanoma bema no be yedu no jambra ne na me saka se ade ye wanwaso e wa promoden heba clinic ne se no so ba ya anya mo odu se de kon oba ye be lab test e wi scan test e wi di fidie be hwo mo gya nyina mu ye hu ya report ya haw nyama wano odu se jikono na yale ne flu so nko me ye both local and foreign delivery so bibi wa amanoni be bie ni ho a yenu enko wo frela ye wo supply fair ye de beto an ho mananom ma yale a wo ne so afini so akọ locally heya ye Ghana ya so no wo na bia ho wa boliga temele takurade na wontumi ma ye be ginchechiremu pa ye twase ye de aduo ne koma na ye de bebre no twase oba nso a ye de bebre no me ye adwuma adwuada ekopem memeda se adwuma se 7:30 kopem tama nipa ne besa ansana mefiri ha kofie gem number wa bra me sorry me say me number ni 0551
0551
09
89 61
0551 09 89 61 me say mo kuma
okay
so for life soldier for
thank you very much
assemblies of God
Dr. Sam of Apomodeng around for tase bosome from Rural Bank Limited go so from am for ase mumra ne investika mesie ye your savings account, your current account, your fixed deposit account, social savings account, special account, joint account, and have a trust account. What do you see bosome from Rural Bank na o wa rechemu we ni da so bosia na opra bra ne mwa social loan, micro group loans. Okay, masa micro group loan, overdraft, agricultural loan, bonanza, business, commercial loan ni de keke ka ho nyina. Bra abeso ni ebedin kita ho abetimi are a part of our growth and success by buying our shares. But from Rural Bank, you be and some your head office on SOM number 2, and your branches were Siwa Asafo. As a market, why Benwa de Shimai, your body sango, your be quite old Tafum Ronto, a whole your branches in the Bureau. But more than say, when you be e-banking dial star 992 hash, star 992 hash. 0548533050 number no 0548533050 0243 600 002 0243 600 002 from the CA na yin common for a dreadie home. Okay, grow fine one to know to me dia no ape grow fine say online no sa ene tai tititi ananze ene cheche wonsa no online wontimi na anajo wanumato osoya no pa wa yemre ni nyina no ekwan kosi grow fine mojadro edi koko ni abama na aka bu ma digital herbal clinic for ede edroi aba ebo amam for papa necessary vitamins but good health and vitality. One person increase your resistance against infection say obeso obon ho ban say de be ankwamwa no ebenya hoden abo ho ban no per quick and effective recovery from ill health o yare na person ho to ntemu a per grow fine bi missy heba colina heba smart heba oboase fredimens heba pidang babia obenya bi ye kan na mkrom ojina ye kan no a ye be mo drone bi sanso ena ya so ye kese no o amakom traffic ana amakom runabout ye ben Bank of Africa number is 0244 596532 0244596522. Grow fine makes you grow fine. So bet young boy Rabubo semi be so young on the wings of Kanjin and magic drinking water. The bar ye dia dance ni bi account
to a Kanjin there say last week me ameje there we ni bi no no
you know high pH no
high pH
oh okay
no last week
oh fine
this week na me dia hesen and yoma e be come so to one of the major conversation they say ufa baby obi edi nkomo no Madrid and Xavi Alonso. That is one of the biggest conversation. I mean, a young manager onya a major elevation our new coaching career. Now we are looking at how he can progress or meaningful impact our Madrid from a club they are in a competition with a team almost show enough promise and signal say for the next 3 years a consistency to us they are ready to dominate the world, which is Barcelona under Hansi Flick. Can this young manager be the manner or best stop taking Madrid back to the glory days? And it's a big question. I mean, 2 hours are now banana me who say January no before City they Kyle Walker call AC no they offered him to Real Madrid, but unfortunately Madrid for Antony and return a call him to nan campus and negotiation let me start here kwa kuduru baby sonko. Fast forward the news now say Abraham Lucas Vasquez about the right back position of Madrid to Ombejano Kwai at the end of the season and next season the right back position of Madrid will be occupied by Dani Carvajal and Trent Alexander-Arnold. Then those to me be some more questions say the kind of issues are they ready to fix it for Coach Efeno and Xavi Alonso for him to have a smooth start and almost have the try and error no matter the Ashenio manner because clearly Kyle Walker and the best right back in the game, but he's clearly better than playing Federico Valverde right back and losing the asset of Federico Valverde.
All discussing Madrid right back. Say as they are sorted out.
No, they can't during the season. Yeah, it will be.
Okay.
How I move from January till now.
Okay.
It would have been better to have Kyle Walker at your right back as an option instead of taking Federico Valverde from the middle and him say, or adding steel, or adding this kind of aggressiveness. Emma middle near solid, especially when you have a front tour. They don't add much without the ball. You hear him say when Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior is playing now without the ball, to fashion count. It would have been better to have him there, but Madrid ignored that. It made me share the deficiencies in the Madrid team. Are they willing to go every extent to fix these issues? And almost have juice winner try we kakra near Shadia. Because Alonso has a tough hurdle to cross. You're starting from the goalkeeping department. Madrid need issues with their goalkeeping department. Change your position now. We are sure that Madrid find be able expected class and Madrid become market to add an option or add a backup to the Madrid, the kind of goalkeepers or more. But the real problem for this current Madrid team has been their defense. Now Xavi Alonso bought a 3-back system. No about 2 wing backs. No about 2 midfielders, 2 central midfielders. With proper central midfielders. With one creative midfielder in Florian Wirtz, just behind 2 attackers. Sano Yen and Yoma. No, I should the team, so to know they call. So a 3-4-1-2 system. Looking at the current Madrid team, to a chilo in a back training in a question mark. Because when you watch Rudiger, he is not a player you can trust. Some Madrid, your team, so to say Champions League, the number of matches here increasing. They say, so when me I'm cut the top 8 in one, there is a playoff as over, which means that you have 2 additional home, you have 2 additional matches, 1 home away, 1 home match, 1 away match. Again, we look at Madrid participating in the Supercopa Spain, and it's the same. So to first and yet part to pep him. They say about 2 matches, increasing the number of matches are Madrid bebo. So the number of matches are Madrid bebo, and to say a normal season, they will play more matches. So at the end of the day, looking at a player like Rudiger, no to one more stamina, almost our team for an entire season. Waiting Yamawa, we expecting the best out of him. Fatigue beyond machine, about 30 matches. What this means is that he's the most experienced player in the Madrid centre back position. But clearly, Madrid need another top centre back, or make me rely on him almost 50 matches within the season. They need to break the bank. Now, if you are, you can talk about Raul Asensio. So no, but just behind him, no problem. But the 3-back ne Koswa, one the member as a left centre back. Oh, check the last 2 years, David Alaba and a lot of injury issues. He's also in his 30s. It's okay, so when you to Alaba so as your left centre back for the entire season, you'll be taking another risk in a big game. Into the Papa Moore, a player like Alaba who need a backup. A young player, and not just young, give you or inexperienced or making elementary mistakes. A top one to be precise, or what a top team, so that the target and ambition of Madrid or are competing throughout these major competitions. Now, Obaka saw to be a Ferland Mendy, Eba Bejina as a left centre back, no problem. But so check it, Xavi Alonso, a year club a friend of Bayer for Leverkusen. He expects his wing back to contribute a lot to the attacking game of Madrid. But to Ferland Mendy na ya Shannon, you know who say, Enya dia or ya dia. Into the left back position, Kaya prime David Alaba, time or what Bayern Munich no banner dia, and Casemiro for the left wing back position, Kobe occupy. But it means that is also one position Madrid need to fix. And it's a Shemukrana from the centre back to confront the left centre back position, the main centre backs to the left wing back position. Madrid will need about 3 top players, not just any Matramakwe players or more reliable or more experienced for the big games and for the big moments. Right what your man occupy with Trent Alexander-Arnold. They don't have so much problem in the middle. But middle is about how Alonso can transform a player like Adagula. Because I will check it the other Florian Wirtz here or Bayern Munich, Bayern for Leverkusen.
other Gula with the potential to play just behind the two strikers. Brahim Diaz is still around with the potential for that technical job because the player will be acting as the bridge between the middle four and the front two should be that technical and mechanical football. Gula, Brahim Diaz, and even Jude Bellingham. Now his biggest headache away from these back signings, in the front two. So check about for Liverpool now. Without the ball, the players are not working.
But you see, I mean, you join Madrid and go with their terms. And yet, by Liverpool,
but the structure. And the
structure, Madrid has their structure.
No, they have their structure. But this season, so check big matches now. Madrid failure now. For instance, Madrid against Arsenal. You game no. Now, per 4 players or more occupy the least kilometers of field this one. Top 3 no, Rodrigo, Kylian Mbappe, and Vinicius Junior. So basically, these were 3 players. They were just walking on the field. And so we check Leverkusen now, or combining pressing and blocking. So in the first line of defense, and attackers, which clearly under Ancelotti, Kylian Mbappe and Vinicius Junior are yes, so if they are going to work on the field, a bit distorted whole structure now, they are successful. Leverkusen, because it was a body facing bar on General. Without the ball, you can see that he is forcing defenders to make mistakes. Build ups now, defenders, or to be built up easily. He will push you and he will press you to distort your build up process. It is not coach. Okay. I'm just hoping, say, recently young coaches now who call big clubs, especially clubs normally about train. Was Arsenal, for instance, they will have time for you. But the clubs they have time amount. Xavi won the Spanish La Liga. Okay. But in the following season, you will answer Barca for Jano Kwan. Andrew Pirlo, Eco Juventus won the Coppa Italia. Obviously, enough. Obujano Kwan. Recently, you heard the story of Thiago Motta. Exceptional job at Bologna. Go to a Piemu, El Juventus, and so many Omejano Kwan. Oma money even 2 seasons. Maybe a first season you're rough, second season come to the party. Omejano Kwan.
Thank you.
So we are looking at how Xabi Alonso the because if we're the writer, Madrid actually consistently say they don't keep coaches for long. And I hear not so it's me
the first news if you tweet the young boys now Evangelos Marinakis is a billionaire. So now on Bobo we are called back so the coach. Obechichi we say the coach and then talk about the medical team for the
young boys on Bobo and
young boys
okay.
A call park so
age men are okay, yeah, sure.
Oh, say young boy dear. Oh, so I say Ubo from 18, 19, 20, 21, 22 that
him saying.
Oh, a copy 30, 40 Munya Kahumbi.
Omo Kahumbi.
Obia Kahumbi. Yina Kahumbi.
Name the income.
Oh, I saw the Atra. So,
yeah, money Harry income.
Harry so Atra. Arisu Atra.
Dibo so Traba.
Also, Okaba Oko. This is a billionaire, the owner of Nottingham Forest and Olympiacos. Born father one brana metiso huni ye. Oko park no so na go mo zoom phone na okuta no. Omo say iPhone 7. Born father one brana so ha mo say iPhone 7 okuta.
Na enjoy then.
The pressure na the boys no. E ma ma na de mo kroma say no.
Oh.
Otwa. And afi omo ko pe ma this okuta iPhone 15 Pro. Then 16 Pro.
Obiane ni taste for stuff.
Oh, there who say
I know there that don't I don't they are going to teach me back.
Me ntomo fo say if a billionaire like this man is holding iPhone 7. Not the one brother no okay.
Obi on say obi obiane to obi abonti na we ka bi esi ho. What I say obi on phone no na ni hu.
Say ntirante futu say enye phone na e fe okuta na kire say e na be kire status. Wana mi ko no obi o ha obi okuta 15 16 no but then the bottom is empty. So
and the man in the
and in the man no more pressure.
Now the man out of
and I was in there almost
I got to before
no because there was a bone man pressure no dimirica the only one or yet so it's for Evangelos Marinakis before ni for 2 so we are saying man pressure we get be ara no fire nti mo bia mo pressure to nti we dey e futu na e dey ma young boys and say
agwana mo nyega o na nyega
na after West Ham share Manchester United and Ruben Amorim cast and I think say he's virtually saying what many managers of United ain't me anye more pressure at Manchester United. So he's virtually telling the board say get me the players that I want that can deliver or I leave, then bring in who he thinks say mo project fian we are emfa resource beyond bedia, then I'm out of the
kind of say United here project fian.
Oh, say buying anyhow. No, sir, you need to buy to suit what you are doing. But
Robert Becker was say United has spent just like any club.
Not all I said, not the spending, but those you spend on. They spend on players that virtually. Oh, sorry, the Euro doesn't have a problem. Only the best young centre back in the game now.
So one more can.
But the others, now go and look.
And you delete
then you're more.
And you got them.
So there are a lot of players.
No, I want to know those players now also matter because each and every one of them has been given an accolade in this room. Obi or Biano or the Dina by and there's a one money come at him. And yet you mobile and okay. I'm talking about general for the past 4 or 5 years in me. If you go and look at the money United has spent, they shouldn't be looking at overhauling the squad now. Because in the last 5 years, look at the spending and players about United are. And we shouldn't be talking about overhauling the squad once again this summer. I want to make a call. And I'm already telling them, say, you either get the players, the profile that we want. So leave behind because the players are not paying for money. Okay, is it the third or the engine choice? Moreno came and complained. Say, at a point in time, the player that he wanted after placing second, we've seen coaches complaining, say, players are more another option and more. So now, Amaran is simple. I say, we need to be really strong in the summer, and to be brave, we will have to next season. I say we need to be really strong in the summer and to be brave because we will not have a next season like this. And Otuo say he will leave and demand the no okay. I see if we start like this, if the feeling is still here, we should give the space to different people. So almost started season they will leave the team to because they United have to like attack the summer strong, okay,
and bring in players that they can do the work. So look at the team. Now what's the worst? What's it? Because all man the open it is clear say without getting the kind of profile that he needs, the job will be very difficult for him. Players going on here. Who say Simon Inzaghi 3 back in a difference from Kakra. Difference from say Inzaghi's 3 back no. He relies on the 2 full backs for creativity. That is DiMarco and Dumfries. In Tusha, Hakan, Mkhitaryan and Barella are not creative, even though they are very good on the ball. They are able to hold the ball very well. Mamleto, they are not that type of midfielders now. Ubon say they are not making a lot of assists. It's a more assistant to do now. No one free the wing backs in neighbor. But a modern system, no, he needs 2 number 10s. on about 2 number 10s to create those chances for him. In the when they are holding the ball, you have to get a number 10 that holds the ball better. Teams enya 10 overs against war. So one of the disadvantage, and I say when opponents every ball of every wins like they have a lot of spaces to attack you because they push a lot of people forward. No more than sending crowd with you. Even sometimes sending crowd be calling. It's 10 overs be against you be dangerous. It's you need players who can keep the ball. Send you will not give 10 overs easily to your opponent. So number 10 no be. He want to play Bruno as one of the 2 midfielders now or more but he's supposed to play Bruno as a number 10. Meanwhile, Bruno is a typical number 8 that anytime you have Bruno about number 8 biano, you have to give him a fluid. So he needs that 2 number 10s with a profile who are able to create, who are able to hold the ball better in the summer. So he needs money to go in that in the system.
Okay.
I bet me Abuano. And without all this times too, I think say everything will be actually say a bad thing. Now no West Ham with the goals that United were conceding. Like teams that not struggle to get to score goals against Manchester United. And then 10 overs, they lose the ball easily. Then a 10 over against Manchester United, no good rubber. I want to see how the summer will look like because if a manager is so brave to say we have to attack the summer strong, get in the players to change the season. And yes, I say, I will leave for whoever who can. I'll bet my age man come and take over and do the job of the two. Let's just say a very big statement from Ruben Amorim. And Italian Siriano now top 3 the 4 teams that call Europe no. Enyamiensa, Napoli, Inter, and Atalanta have confirmed their spot. Aka 1 slot. Teams 5. Pray for that 1 slot no. Teams 5 and Juve, Lazio, Roma, Bologna, and Milan. Milan 60 points. So there's 6 points to play for. And which means 6 points. So that teams that will no will be 40. They get 66 and they are there. Even though a difficult one. NC. Let me say NC. Oh, say can say more chance because say 6 points. Because who 6 points on the say teams are 9 way no. Obi anto from baku ansa no obesan hoko. Sadia no Yakopon onye sadia we. So say teams 4 omo de obi anto from na wo besen ko onye sadia we. Nti Milan dey they account because even mathematically they can qualify but realistically they can qualify.
There's a table in 70, 77, 71. And now Omo Makane be share the next top 64, 64, 63, 62, 60. Okay.
So and no Milan can say 4 no dey obi anfo ento form no be sign ho. Juve relatively easier fixtures than the 2. We can obo home against Udine. Now the last game no obo Venezia. When you compare others now, Lazio able Inter and Lecce, Roma able Milan and Torino, Bologna able Fiorentina and Genoa, na Milan nankasa so abo Roma and Monza. And the official fixtures na pana offer
Alright.
Juve able the realistic chance qualify ahead of the other teams now.
Juve young guy.
Doto mame ensha safety baby azaki to wie ne kakra bi na yenhwa de bi wo. Table na screen so to say the da so na yenni nkomo kakra bi. Doto for 19 solid games na Claudio Ranieri en lose a game, a Serie A game with AS Roma by Enra Atlanta with determination to get the 3rd Champions League spot. It was the an lead Roma by 2-1, and it wasn't an excellent Atlanta performance, but the determination was there. So we to the qualification, which eventually qualification. And the good story about Atlanta this season due to Champions League qualification, the Ghanaian international Sulemana, the goal no, and I'm Atlanta the Champions League qualification. That was a long drive, and due to how calculating ball no, said we see Peja and 9, and the touch of the ball, power now then the 9 this year ball no my ball no koto net no. it's like a Thomas Partey goal. It's Thomas Partey wore Black Stars JC and now Thomas Partey has na JC be no ball on range be the opponent. I think say Suleiman and also you want to work for the future. Or a good team. When it comes to see your projected players with more potential, you more the platform to grow. One of the best coaches when it comes to say all my players are more potential, are reach more level. And recently to young Rekrano, young Ademola Lukman, young Matteo Rutegi, Charles De Ketelari, Echo AC Milan went me and performing. Gasparini didn't by Atlanta, he's performing. Mario Pasalic, Obiahuno. This is a coach. He knows how to bring the best in young players. It is Sulemana, one player of the two. May I sure say next season, anybody in a chi, near me see the VC Ako. Young table no ne fishes na kanaka crabby. Zach. So we can need games in Yebowie na Juventus. Enya a win against Udinese there. Lazio, Roma, Bologna, Milan. Chase for the Champions League last spot na fourth spot no to abana wiye. But say Juve Bodro say Kim. Zach me catch on Juve ntimi nkoshe Venezia. What have Venezia baby omoda? Tutu omo be bre omo je that last game to win against Juventus. Lazio ntimi anche Inter Milan. Their last game against Lecce they will not win. Bologna ball against Fiorentina. Amo pe an European sport to be Ewa Temio Frankie. And a game am to very difficult for Bologna. Your chances now say yes slim no. A one game and they be decided Milan fit. If they can get the fourth spot with Syria and that game ends to weekend Juventus any Udinese game. Enra and a CBF. The Brazilian Football Federation announced say Carlo Ancelotti is their next coach. Onu nebe lead them to the 2026 World Cup in the United States of America, Mexico, and Canada. Brazil football abakosem when it comes to their national team to omon for foreigner da. Because of how Brazilians believe say Brazil near the home of football. Yes. Omonye country more export to coaches bebre de kwama on. Recently you can talk about Luis Felipe Scolari. When about Chelsea was to coach the Portuguese national team. I don't come about 2004 European Cup final which Portugal hosted here and won the Premier League at Chelsea. And on my Brazil no hardly will you see Brazilian coaches coaching in Europe. But one thing about them, they say, when it comes to national team, no, omo put certain pride on their national team. Say Brazil part or say akofa foreigners so make coach their national team. In see Brazil. It's in their history, World Cup 5 names to Omageno. Their first one in 58. They won it with Vicente Fiola. That was Sweden. 62. Aimo Morera and a Domoji with Chile. 1970, Mario Zagallo and a Domoji with Mexico. 1994, Carlos Alberto Pereira and a Domoji with US. And then their last World Cup, 2002, Luis Felipe Scolari and a Domoji. It's 5 coaches from the Brazil World Cup Ninjan, Brazilians. Omojo Madi, Omon Kwaman on it. But they say there, Asem Naire into Makofa Carlo Ancelotti. I didn't think Brazil Kofa Carlo Ancelotti after searching for Brazil or Mama other coaches chances are Omuntimi SLA and they say Brazil drew my first World Cup in 1958. It took them another 4 years. The next World Cup 62 with Chile and a Brazil Koje. From 1962 to 1970, it took almost 22 years to win their next World Cup. 70 World Cup in Mexico. Omoji 70 World Cup ni we no it take almost 24 years and some almost said almost 4th World Cup USA 1994 with Carlos Alberto Pereira. Carlos Alberto Pereira in 94 then we it take almost 8 years and Brazil SRG almost next World Cup 2002. So from 2002 to the last World Cup I boy 2022 20 years in here. So Brazil called the next World Cup now omo ntimi anya akoye 24 years at Brazil in the World Cup It will be equal the interval between 1970 and 1994, which Omon PCBC, and searching around Omako for Carlo Ancelotti. Yabetinyaka say arguably the most successful club football coach when it comes to areas our coaching trophies awaje. He is the most successful when it comes to Champions League. So to Aje 5. Obo final 6 times. Olusu only 1. He is the only manager awaje league ever the top 5 leagues in Europe based on UEFA coefficient. It is for the top 5 leagues are the Premier League, La Liga, Serie A, Bundesliga and the French league. He is the only coach as a league in Numi wa coaching in Awaji trophy. La Liga with Real Madrid, Serie A with AC Milan, Premier League with Chelsea, French league with PSG, and then Bundesliga with Bayern Munich. Now, Oko PSG now, na PSG 19 years, no money the French league. And we winning more. When Real Madrid, after winning the Champions League in 2002 against Bayer Leverkusen, Carlo Ancelotti nebeje La Decima, the most important of all Real Madrid Champions League omaje, that is their 10th Champions League. Carlo Ancelotti nebeje maom. It's when we talk about this manager, the manager who proving record when it comes to club football, and they were the national team. Team bia any players or any one your more. Carlo Ancelotti as a coach, a son of Arrigo Sacchi. He believes in the ideology of Arrigo Sacchi as a coach. It all started a career from Parma. He started with 4-4-2, which was Arrigo Sacchi's system when Odi AC Milan dominated European football. Then to move to Juventus from Parma, about 3-4-1-2. Ubabus say, and then about 3-4-1-2 with Juventus, and the issue is simple. Time about 4-4-2, our Parma no. That Parma team had Zola and Stoichkov. These are typical traditional number 10s, born with creativity. Ancelotti 4-4-2 no, na ni sa players ni bi. And entimi accommodate sa players ni bi. Eti Parma lusu Zola to Chelsea, Stoichkov to Barcelona. At the stage, he wanted to take Roberto Baggio to Parma because na Parma team no Edromu picked to win the Italian Serie A. When entimi afa Roberto Baggio. Enti when Parma and winning Serie A that season, no, Baggio scored 25 goals for Bologna. It's Ancelotti G2 mu say Baggio na one fan no, enti na ma Parma and winning. Then he moved to Juventus and okobo 3-4-1-2. Ahanam de kan asem. 3-4-1-2 no. Oko Juventus no akoto Zidane, who is like Zola, who is like Stoichkov, who is like Baggio. It's now here a system ebe accommodate Zidane. And then the 3-4-1-2 no eba. Move to Milan. And Berlusconi developed the Christmas tree system, 4-3-2-1 system, Edemano. Moved to Real Madrid, Mizoto, or passed through a lot of process. Or call Real Madrid at a period that Madrid, Ewo Bale, Madrid wo Ronaldo, Madrid wo Benzema, Madrid wo Di Maria. Ono ne ma Di Maria, boy in the Madrid midfield 3. Or an inverted left-sided midfielder. Eti ono susu on the path, but when you watch this current Brazilian national team, any players or more, Mizoto. It comes back to Ancelotti team accommodate a traditional number 10 because this team cannot go without Neymar. 2026 World Cup, and if they want to win, they will need a Neymar to work from and find a Brazil league no bono because Vini, whether he will play from the right or the left, or Rafinha, our good season, our club friend is Barcelona. It's a tough task. At the Carlo Ancelotti, the man said then say. So for years now, Brazil do World Cup in 58, 62, 70, 94, 2002. This current generation is the weakest generation when it comes to talent. But Omo the finest football manager. It's ever say coaching Kwan betimi age trophy at the Brazilian national team now. Let's wait till 2026. Near say Carlo Ancelotti is the right man to win the World Cup again for Brazil after Somako 22 years without winning the World Cup.
Okay, you Carlo for Brazil. So we see a lot of these Brazilian guys there.
Yes, who are coaching
Osha. Akorana no man mo so fi Brazil. Oh, but some coaches would have used him, especially games now. Come on, Kakaka, but we don't know.
Once Mbappe buy no, na farmer no, and I started far. I started farmer is I want to move an international.
Oh no, tomorrow baby.
Only say Madrid they have fine talent too. That players now you come as a normal Barcelona number.
Ah, number
will play Barcelona, several Barcelona team.
Depending
Oh,
on
Madrid will play a bit. Madrid will play a bit. Como Nico pass. I don't know some sort of any opportunity to watch man. Nico pass. Say Madrid and the loan to Como. And a Fabregas developing Nottingham Madrid. Carlo Ancelotti mono. But some player and Barcelona nya. Do to Mbeyana mam na be Salamiya man.
And I'm so boys and so many years.
No believe in experience.
Who you Vinicius say wa bre on Tranchana
no believe in experience. Ne dey
considering to bring Casemiro back to the Brazil national team.
Yeah.
So no Carlo dey no age no ano pe o.
I say experience no. I'm here my girl see my man ko yen champion. Coffee fa go good PhD no am go job you.
Zero.
Boss.
Akaba yanko.
Well, yanko Jackson Herbal Center. Na Dr. Yasin de wo pie say ya na jesa de pa ene ode nam yenim no a yenim dada na afei na yekoso kane ahwe nanim ni nyina nsa dupa na wode aba no me mawo Jackson Natural Capsules obomode na afei wakoye enkasa ni veins no ntiri no oso yemu adwuma nipa yakoba nyina no enkasa ni veins ya na kwekwa yen eno nti obomode nya Jackson Natural Capsules a bomode nsa o veins no bones no ekoye mu adwuma mo amusisi sisi no kokakra bi no wachi mu ntimi nkwafuo me nananom momode na afei monkope Jackson Natural Capsules na nya sisi no mu adwuma opeso di mensem kama na bema wo fra bema mu ye borere nkwan dia wadura no Jackson Natural Capsules no na be mu agyina wo na so peme o kwa ya ka so beto Jackson mixture e de aka ho sansa 3 die no ntontom na aba no omu ha adwene na bosumi bia na okoda hospital malaria nti omodem na kopre Jackson ne mixture ni bi na fei amwa mo amodi to jaundice ni typhoid fever se no ni nyina no eno an ye yusu oba peso obu ne nsa na esisi so kama sabe enso ni bi enkel trade ya Jackson Natural mixture eno ni ohia 0244 723541 0244 723541 eno ni mienu Jackson Natural Capsules and Jackson mixture ni mienu na wokwa wosu hia ena de obi abomode no tunu kape no abawura Firstman Ride Company Limited ho no modi abefo Kwantempong kwa so air service car no o car no konya kanhia ana ya accident car ena wotoye ni nyina mpo no car na dwuma bi wo ho a opese ye na kama de ma wo a me de number ne ba be ma ni nyina no ene say ye engine turning body works overhauling oven spraying air conditioning ye electrical works ni nyina wo ho automatic gearbox ni ye na kama ya ka ese then and ye maintenance and general servicing for all cars ewo hanamo enu nti bomodem na fa wode ne bra me so car no wo toye no 2021 na to no and a brand new type 2025 dia ba ewo nanim cha wode no fa ko ho na fa ye nya ne kama na ni new type no enya kama wo car no konya kwanhia na ye se den ye bomodem ato no kakra na so nya kakra de atu botom ye ko ahojo runabout between Georgia and Greek office one mo 0500 210191 0551 498884 na wenya Firstman Ride Company Limited adwani abakope bibini Toma Plus no na edi tu osase mo osa na tena mo so ache we ya kire wonuru ache still adwani to yem abue we ni di abue enimako the way wonya no bibini Toma Plus na tu ase ade opa bia no wotimi di uko na chire o na de na gastric ulcer duodenal esophageal ulcer peptic stomach pain stomach gas indigestion kan nyina ebom ya bomodin so bedi di heavy and san wa fa adrei ebomodin aye mu adwuma na nyina no eto atimi atwa edepend wo say the system no sitie nkoto kakra bi na obeto na afia hoto no atimi aba yenko Ashtown promise eba ho na obetwam waduma promise eba wa Ashtown the Beta Pharmacy mu wan kan no o Kaeshi the Beta Pharmacy ewo ho no mo 0558 055894 0541337816 Franco and eto nsa ede afra wo ni nyina ne se efribro nyachi a obi ekwa no to wo sa de bia wo to bia no wate wo so 40% discount no de bia no beduru ho no na nipa ye ma ewo ho obi kope Nokia phone say ye touch say ye yam okope bia to ho Samsung iPhone Smart TV kasepa ni nyina no ebi wo ho eho ne ho uwie pa no ape air condition bi etimi ato 1.5 2.0 2.5 horsepower ni nyina ne bi wo ho church freezers ni nyina refrigerators
blended CCTV camera function monitor video anytime anywhere ya kai say obeko ajaba jewel nkramata ne ba ko ho challenge bushom adum old melcon kofo clinic new kayetia honyina no 40% discount off 0245 316969 0245 316969 yentwam nko kumasi tana so niemfa yade ne die hu nkodane international mama bay yeah the queen of hairbar clinic ni nyina no ene sekesa yade no yede nkofo bibrem amanone omo nyina eba waye hu adwuma uwie pa no akasa siche yare ewa busuam fa de ne ko yentu ase emfa ma me kanesa ne maka wo se stroke no ha dwen ye pa na etwe yare de abonsamfo ne abayifu yade ne mguase yade nipam na de wonam gikira na afei sabe wanu pu ahuro anopai yemfa sankofo ne nyina enko waye sa nyama nyina ma waka se wo de pass ne hepatitis no kwa a bonus mu amobo modem menstrual problem ne memaduro no mukopa bie no ne nyina no bonus Monday to Friday 7 to 5 p.m. and abe etranse adwuma 0243 345 392 0243 345 392 0506 460 208 apose ne de ye kosa ye manua yes ye tobi edukoma wo mo ye na ewofia ye tobi ne retwitwi yese enti both anopa ne anwumre wetwitwi osia ye ka chako toothpaste omo kai tete no nom se dabi first no ne nananom borobodi tire ne de bidie di aka ho wo de twi osia wia no busa wo ma me se aye kama wo se yes aye kama no na Samara company hunu se dabi ene ye momoden ne mfa frafra ne mfa ka chako toothpaste emfamra eno nto wo se no emma kaka ni nyina no awe na yi saade no ego emma nkonkode ne enkonko gyina ase uwie na akasa gobi nsunsu a so bia no eni akire food and drug board e stamp no etimase eno ntito bi ewo provision shop more and na shell shop ni nyina no obenya bi ato ewo ho no mo maso mkra no kajetia obehia wo mo 0246 864 798 0501 454 462 atumpan insecticide spray efie bia no kamya ko SZ de e ba ne bia ekom sanse esi wonu mu a wo be yusu na ensan ye nya sansan ye ne na kese enye papa o anu odin ne bo modern na ye adwuma 15 minutes pre na wo display dem ho a wasa wura dem ho ne binim de na be di be 1 hour bonche ne ntontom asa wi okofa malaria ba no wo de display ya 15 minutes ya kai 750 ml no eso chenkofo de 400 na ekoto no mpo no eno nso eso ye de lemon ne lavender ena de fra ede ye into the spray a ekum ntatia ntontom ni nyina mu no ekum entafra nwanwa no ekum wo mu no ura dem ho a ehom bomodem so benya bi ewo komase sokoban akra pokuasi ACP takrade hakuna matata 0553 082674 0553 082607 na wanya tumpan etimi ato de kwakra no power specialist heba hospital yama me akoso do ya sebra hepatitis no obeguso aja ward no 9 times and waje still counting hepatitis awie fatty liver ba prostate and also obey ho adwuma ulcer ne fibroid edro no ye de aba ya tunu din kidney stone no obomodin enya escare ekotu ase e de ama no na dodo na afa ne caretakers mo amoto jirikajiri heba master and capsules no mema nko a na enom eboa edi sisiere mu amaman e ma bema efra dumu kwa dumu ewo empem akra kwa benya ACP road power bar stop kumasi efe ya sebosumtu road do ya junction takrade anaji estate 0244 544422 0200383831 boss player
Tino the darling boy bokode
ya don boss
asi kunate so nso peska kese enemy
sa
omo bread do bibi ninti ade kunate so madrid bread
omo target ba ko pa
amba
so na mo abaso no
next year na wo bi
bia na otutu kwa ho so
na kunate so madrid onye zero mzuti
omo anya eya se saliba omo nya saliba
oh ende
ene kunate nyina yi
se wasoro
good before the call ambassador my scientific hospital the best alternative medical hospital in Africa bibi memu ade ye nyina ye nim se shake amin bonsu e ba stroke anjojo yare ene awomu nsemu a wodi mu akotene papa ne watene doctors ahodo Dr. Adams muni mo kan se ne yare bia obia no fako omaswe wo kumase atwuma tachima kwada so fanse kwanso dru so for live kumase na so ko Amen Scientific Hospital obia be ho and there were 18 other branches and more ebi wo enti bolga wa Yewo baby any nkan yewo branch back or takrade tamale atebubu nkoko sunyan ho sefi de bi so na afi hohoy yasme kanyina se onfidi aidi from na ne ba eduma ma de bi ni ha ayidu mako over 24-25 Ghana branch atun se yenri eye yedi mu akoten de ye ka science ne he ba abomenne eboa ayarehwe kwan so no endi sheka mi bonzo se mvanto anim so guso edidwuma wonyaye wone ne doctors nyina se na momfre 0277001234 0277001234 na 0241367349 0241367349 ne fa yadia how aye kwan kro no fabra na omunhwe mawo afi kanje na magic drinking water ensuo no de yaka amamfo ade atundodo na ehunu kra wom enye nsuo bia na ye nsuo a onum anum asa wonum nsuo na nso na aye ho aduro ene acid na doso nipa your system num do una alkaline water sana kanje ye na enwano onum kanje energy drinking water no na amamuje die pusane ewo kwa o system na afi bibia eye kama na afi so ade eboa ne se anti aging to bi onum kanje bia de bia hunu ade otia na otia wonyiri nam se eboa pa anonum bi na M1 regulate the body temperature enya ho adwuma na afenya apomodin ne fatna se breman UGC Tafuni Road about Road Junction on your wall peso tuso a from and one your number is 0241 449191 0241449191 bi wa stand kwantimpo so ene egusu bi be so tebe santase so ene potassium college hotel no ano no se nche ebi kwa kopiem wo palestra oni ade akanje ebiebie mu bafo ebiebie viva nego tablet na bibia herbal supplement for pain relief and sciatica pains in knee pain aya obi a wonam bia no so nya viva nego tablet herbal technology dia ba no ano ya akode nko ho empanyimfo na maame a wafa yefunu nka ho baby eto aduro bi wo enduro bi a wo pain excruciating pain eya one ba ye hwienye na pe viva nego tablet sciatica ni kotodwe ni abetri eni sisiade ni na eyi afrio number ni 0208337711 0208337711 ko calling so calling na bibire wo enim ya kanya babo e baji fie nsem no headline na waka bom no nemum ebie ba center soft water soft rasa soft 3 days soft one Canadian nanka domane ebrumpotimu no wo ewo ebinanda jumben ebeneza preschool ana apia kubiko so ne obepie mu kumase am esewedni ense katre nipa wo mo de ni yare akọ glaucoma eye ete ezisi eni so wo mo de sexual weakness menstrual disorder wo mo de hypertension some stroke and prostate yade and have liver kidney and other related diseases in ano wo no kren se soft water so for 3 days so for rasta nyame achana de kumase o kwada so dwuna se main market no actually pepe na afi obina da dwom wodoma nkan so opiem ni ma ayi ka so ho ba bi frɛ 0541565199 0541565199 0502812161 0502812161 na bibia angoso babo yetiwa
later intino
amti boni bia nyawe matse sikotoko ayi se visa amam for the about so mo pe coaching
with regards to coaching
no easy kwa but Kamia you say they want to finish the league with Zito.
And they no send that's the plan but we league now and
coach because I don't know so much of
of course
I don't know as a board and Abama so
board the end this year
it's on hold
yes
I don't know catch you now
about be doing oba series of meetings will take place
in his absence the meeting because
meetings across office yeah until we kakra ho be
Ethiopia you know bia TD danger man
Tama massive discontent in Egypt as the pizza boys
crash out of the ongoing under-20 AFCON. Boys go hungry and no per diem. The European boys leaves today. That information I pick no HSA before Egypt papa. Boys no go for year papa. Obviously per diem ama a day to the match pizza na mom di ye e ma mo ko match no send am penifo treaty omo ho no omo bo nso na omo ko bobo Europe ndi tama omo bo fu papa unim say for 4 consecutive times Ghana mix under 20 World Cup yentimi nkobi nti we can ho a 4th time after 2015 New Zealand no ye koye no ano no Ghana yentimi qualify game and so e ma e de wontu kakra etimi aba wo ho no mo nti eno so ye de ekosoro no ye ba na ya behwe ho no mo so kakra e de ho no tama MTN FA Cup committee angry with Chelsea for refusing to paste MTN sticker in front of their jersey. Meanwhile, Kotoko posted their own, and the supporters are wondering if MTN is coming as the new sponsor. Tawanti said, "We are any Nano Kosiada FA Cup semi-final na but omu sika ewu
Mamu.
Omu question will be say.
One question.
Supporters no, Kotoko supporters in the question will be say.
So, I didn't know why now. But like you, any
wouldn't say
Adia Hari and
not the Ipena, and none of the Omun de Bomu.
And the semi-final is a special case.
Chelsea, Chelsea are the Oman farm, Chelsea and Pidia Momu. Chelsea just in a show.
But so headline on both for Chelsea for. So which means that Chelsea was supposed to do and no man. In Japan and now supporters are good question.
There be sent so and say they are back to side no so supporters in the tea no omu ye no. No say hey,
I have more questions bisa.
Na den na ye bo all ye hu ya afi de hu ya say pam eni na sika say na wo mu a afi de ye ton wo mu.
Sika say na odi mu.
Wo mu say kotoko sika say no mu nya free mu.
Every game.
So mo de mo yi na bo ho no mo no.
As some of the sponsors of the competition.
No more Mustanes or do I be a matari?
Oh, sir, these jerseys specially made for
Pepsi ni Henneken Champions League headline sponsors. Now, as Real Madrid quarter final.
Oh, it depends on the arrangement.
But it's not done anywhere.
It depends on the arrangement.
It's not done anywhere.
No. And you have anywhere. You go with your terms. I want you to wear, especially when you move the daho. What they are so they are competing brands. Go now.
High sense a huge sums of money to us. Now they all the MT have better than
High sense
MT are more clearer than high sense. What they really high sense
we are bush market
and MT no
it depends on the terms and the discussion.
You do better say.
It's not me say.
What them would na ya better say.
See a news come
they would better say.
What high sense there go to sponsor.
Oh my headline sponsor.
And you bono mom there.
Yeah, I'm your headline sponsor of the club.
That one maybe the who's so
no high sense that's what. High sense that's
well you know that for a fact. High sense so what you want to say? Just said the opposite. Justices are justices. You cannot remove your major and main sponsor from your set. Now up it to be there. And they are not what you do them over.
And a question.
High sense.
I'm the MTN. So we have to tell you that MTN looks more clearer than the high sense.
Usually not embossed in my jersey. To me, come here, there be high sense in any hole.
The FA Cup, no. FA Cup. Clarification.
Almost all the teams never FA Cup, no. The boom. From there 7 years,
from semi-final.
There be even sometimes from the beginning of the competition.
This season I didn't see you.
But from the beginning of the season, that was the first, not MTN.
I think somebody should be able to
MTN sponsor
Now, give you an example of the Champions League. Who's a headline? Like they have a lot of sponsorships. They are not like minimum how to put it. What's the way you know? My say MTN the headline. They are the year of the competition. And the arrangement of my year. And I'm just work and say team be about competition in India. You have to put their logo on it for that competition. That's the arrangement that they've done.
The discussion is not my head confused because you see then the mama Eddie Obi abebo me just here when I have my headlines. So usually the kind of money my headline sponsor gives me because boss our competition I'm just winning even 10% of it. Na me you or no cover binam do so abebo account. That means move for let me say we need some explanation.
The competition here on them. For instance, Champions League you say you cannot use an oil production company or what have you take a special time and not total on meaning say na assistant there.
They are the headlines for
me I say Kotoko other teams no kwa even the kind of sponsorships about on third game too you have to take it out to participate in that competition. Now FA Cup there, and I know emphatically say FA Cup from best 7 years ago. Oh, bar you told the bono. Normal the stickers number. So for ball on third game, account. You out me why.
So before you start,
but normally
yes, you should agree.
Say a woman. But normally
now so no sponsor na kokasa.
Send you
so if my sponsor tells me that look, I'll not agree.
Then that becomes one year. But once a pass no. Now MTN wo kotoko hu dada. Then ti am that issue na mbada. But now best steady MTN was not sponsoring us. But now has a boy FA Cup enable. People have to be a man for baby.
Before a Confederation Cup in the Champions League now can. Say more preliminary stage now. You have been allowed to use the sponsors no way you are. More enter group stage in the
coverage
in one way. Because whilst clubs in Betia says Sikane woman no Sikane son. It is ABM to oil company be. Na calf so oil company be. It won't be competitors. ABM real group stage calf qualification come out $200,000. But we be a problem was Sikase na MTN de makotoko.
Because they enter bu ni mu musam.
Sikase no mo de ma omo.
Na the position of high sense so ye.
Because if Chelsea decided to move from Buma, and the reasons I made to say Chelsea the man, I didn't think there's a kotoko.
Chelsea I know.
Chelsea and family.
Reasons nothing.
Oh. How much competition is Kevin and Shedden himself?
Ela kotoko ye.
Ela kotoko ye.
Anase open say MTN. MTN for
no say. Omadi ko say
no be kasa I say.
You too fine. But me dey say. Asemi aye ken. The organizers of the MTN FA Cup and the FA. And the bayan say your mumra. Nti e bi akotoko. So accept it and also because they competition them. But baby a problem no way say. Sika say no mo dey ma omo.
When we saw one ambush you mom the morning of the day of the month.
No me use words.
No ho dem you.
Omo ambush no go show mo kon.
Obi anim dada o.
Ade a on person you rest you with my mouth bi anom say ambush you go rem. Why you onya ade a onya de jacket to the way number mo me nti.
Skase no me no na me to ehia.
That's what Mariama.
Money has never been the issue.
Protocol money making machine o. It would mean time for that. The season man now fear na dem ti akoko.
We need to understand.
Say a competition imra.
Competition imra go to make money out of it.
Say they are making
money. Competition imra. But they should make money out of it.
If you win the
competition imra na atam dia bokodogo. Now if Kotogo decide not to play the FA Cup,
go and check
FA Cup do it.
The FA Cup.
Mr. Doka Assembly.
Almost the FA Cup.
I feel imagining Abason say about the high sense issue. team bia owo hairline sponsor eye functionable bia MTN no omo yusumpa
ya be ko ba bu
you want to be bia
baby ani bo bi asem nko menim de high sense
na wa asem na de ba no
ya be ko bon ke baby
ya wa asem na de ba no susu ma ntu be se o kire se kodoko ne high sense ne bo ho kwa
ebi asem bi ho
no na bo tiro wo so be so
ina sa dia me interest
no sa na se o be se o tiro
but so this can sense we can high sense
because me dey minim say
be a high sense
still high sense e da so
ebi asem bi
high sense e da so
ho
sponsor kodoko omo contract no mo extend ye no say if some mbabo ya may it was for 3 seasons
yes
you to say if it's 3 seasons there I'm not sure kodoko the high sense bebo mo jesi anim from the first day of season start here till Sunday game no nkobe wa bra omunya benefit bia which will not happen.
Okay, very well, no problem.
No problem. Yeah, why we look for? Oh, many others are kids, so I went to me.
No, to say, it also is part of the rules of the competition. For instance, the so-called Champions League and the CAF Confederations Cup. We do sometimes if you
see that time under Dr. Cheno Mobo, Dr. Chebo Champions.
Yes. That is what you go and in
hands on me. Go on,
competition there on the map. Even the kind of logos are the senses to make I said, many George Abuako. He ordered awareness. Now awareness for the Kotoko flags. Extra stadium Asia. Omu taking in out. Even to the extent to say, Omu catch up say, "Ura baba." On say post na sisi on. Amount for the back billboards and getting be a bobo post no of certain companies. There was even an order said either they cover it or they try as much as possible. Said none of the cameras ever capture no stadium. Even the number of pitch panels that you use venue on it is even designed. It's a competition be our nemra. That is the bottom line. It's so hard to whether the person is giving you a penny or not. That is a different topic altogether. But nemra ne say Udru ha, you use the logo of MTN. I know for sure. Even hard to folk on MTN sponsor. Or mobile final, they put it in there. But not the name for Kotoko issue name money say. Kotoko already had that MTN sponsorship. But steady since 2017. Kotoko called the final of the FA Cup or even the semi that. It was steady and maybe early stages in the partner you Kotoko free. But stage in a semi to final now. You better catch up with TV so there. You are supposed to put it there.
What is the difference between the Champions League now? Champions League is the competitor. It is a oil company.
Even they sometimes even tell you the kind of sponsors don't do
agreed. And we share the weight of the competition. And if the value of the competition and what the competition brings up. At least Abetiase. But MTN FA Cup the 1,500 credit.
What the Kobo Africa? The 1,500. What the Kobo Africa is 1,500.
Oh, no more Mama Africa way.
There you.
Oh, Mama Africa.
There you. Oh, the Kobo Africa. So if you are telling me, say the competition don't have
Sunday final new your boy. Sorry, your boy MTN FA Cup final new year. Now go do get check out of what. I did benefit from money. 1,000 Ghana and 500 credit.
Tama. My next target
is. My send him a question. Like you trying to me, I'm wanting.
My next target is Togo himself. If the MD Delale Uncle Adiami still stays on as MD and allow Elijah Kambi to play his role, I will storm Togo's office.
There's only Elijah Kambi in the role again.
Or see, you call pretty much Elijah Neko. Press conference Elijah Neko.
I pretty much chief executive for that.
MD no ọ̀dẹ́ tí nà no ọmọ fẹ́ ní tìrì sáà no nípa bísí òbí à ṣèṣì ànàmọ́ bísí àná no the next time òbí à no yẹ kọ́ tí mo wà hɔ because màmá náà mi sẹ́ MD no òye lè jùmọ̀ èmi tí a mi sẹ́ òbí à mi gyina na mi gyina sáà list náà mi dé báyìí náà ọ sẹ́ house fún yí àná ẹ sẹ́ yẹn pé mi fún mi òyìn yí àná.
ẹnu soso ẹnu no ẹnti but NCC for no say they are with him just that. The timing of the protest, no, and I would disagree with him.
How many they are with him?
NCC for no.
They are with Lazio, no.
I almost see that they don't want to come support. Bibia almost support. The only thing they say timing on our money in your
obviously bia the why bia no the NCC are with him. The only thing they disagree with him is timing, no.
But on saying, you ever go back to that issue, but Obed, I think that clubs needs commercial managers and people who really understand this business of sponsorship. Mama example be that whilst MTN insists for boom or semi-final they give you something around 5,000 cities. 5,000 cities, 3,000 cash and 2,000 credit. So you have a sponsorship of a sponsorship of, you are getting some input here. 1 million Ghana cedi a year from Hisense. 1 million Ghana cedi from another sponsor. Then somebody says that, look, let me pay you 3,000 cash and put it alongside the one who's paying 1 million. So if you are not a business or a marketing person, you may be you should trick, but you wait to convince you more excited. But we are sponsorship near the arsenal. And even at that stage, if you want me to stop the competition, I'll stop. But they make follow.
The money, but
they have to look at it again.
Let me state the rules of the competition.
So, okay, so more FA Cup now at the end of the year.
So for Africa.
Huh? Now, Africa, you're quite then. Africa, no, but you are going to Africa for what?
For money. And for South Africa, you want the trophy.
It's business,
the point is that I was stating the
you are telling us
sanity. As to whether you agree or not is a different issue altogether. The agreement aspect, whether it's right, is a
so
different
I'm even
issue.
talking about the clubs.
Good.
Clubs now more FA Cup. You go for meetings before this competition starts. Now I could meet in a catch or say, Obi only sponsor. By man said if you have a 1 million sponsorship deal with Hisense. Now Hisense but when you have a penny. Now we have 3,000 cities. Never know two will be on a big occasion like this.
Come out of a picture.
Send a competition now more.
I think the main sponsor.
There be more. Some of the agents, some of colors only I don't know more design. So probably we are asking for answers in my idea, but also my inyanti say kakra. Now omo clubs they start demanding for what is rightfully theirs. On say Omega say Oko Africa. Oba Abeko Africa. So means Africa nintina you still on the way to Africa. 3,000 cities. Program we go to 3,000. No, I think they need commercial managers. I'm answer nasi. Answer where there.
And I wonder
Charlie, when you go to this room for 90 minutes. Assuming the TV stations and others were a big deal.
Another issue about say, as a competition never start here. If no one share any regulations or rules govern the competition to the clubs. Yes.
And I said you beat me jai midway, no problem.
And the emphasis is on. The baby agent says here, empty and for no better Jason anymore. If you ever start a competition. Na one famra is to a competition. Am I yen and oh, yes, you can be anti Romo. Messi FA Cup no, and Rana Edibo Premier League and one edible.
There be your FA Cup rules,
sir.
Your rules or away. Oh, the clubs are when you know.
First sponsorship in Abraham. They're holding him.
I womb. A research of
there be a woman say,
is a PBM head of research. I almost
say, too. Sir, yeah, bono. It's not like once I would West and they call Champions League Confederation Cup. You are moving to a bigger competition. To say Champions League, too. Your clubs are at that level, they are bigger than Kotoko. And they accepted. But MTN FA Cup there. na kotokoto yɛn hwɛ ha ne ade mtia bɛbɔ ne jesi ne neska wanya kwamitutu one game ba ko mo bɔ 50,000 Ghana no mate ase
Tawa Kotoko IMC succumb to the pressures of the supporters. No more foreign coach.
Senior hero.
As the new technical team takes shape. Zito, technical director. Maswakuledu, head coach. Prince, assistant. Hamza Obeng, second assistant.
But to be fair to them, a team na epe coach Amakotoko, and that team is headed by Kotiapia. Kotiapia and then Omuhen. They've not had meetings. I'm on receive CVs. A lot of them from foreign local. I've been Omuhen. Ebiana, but for Osos, I'm trust and say, looking at the CVs, yeah, Maxwell is on top. But say, Omu Ediama Wedie, I just did some check. Now I'm Jones and me didn't tell me can ye. Say, Omumantum, Uzamaka Biana over. What's the CVs who are held to the way more dear? I mean the culture of the club, experience with the league. But I'm saying there are Ghanaians. Almost interested in the job. Almost sending them CVs.
Coaches.
But they are coaches.
No problem.
There are a lot of people Ghana so could be their team any idea. But some announce will be their man and answer will be. Whether they will be lady by your estimation. But they are worried with, especially who go DPM.
Oh, sir.
Say now no go for Dubai. And the hey buy. And then what's I go for Masolaba. And just say, oh, you no money in your home.
Okay, my famous or there no any batty. Say Brunini there. Supporters na catch penny for say Bruni don't transfer.
Me knew the type of supporters ya we interview almost Bruni. Supporters here for because Bruni who are Ghana ha who nim Kotoko history no. Yo Bruni obu German Bruni bi enwa who aba Kotoko we disappoint here da.
And the move German Bruni.
Razumde
open German Bruni.
What is it? Porterfield.
Porterfield or English.
And who is telling you
and the move retachment.
Bruni papa ba Herbert buy what this German bro for no buy.
Sina Ube Bruni.
Me. Then I coach for the job crack chair with ya. Me job before me job crack chair with ya. I don't believe I over to me. Ya say can trana.
Sina Bruni mo dey never be kwa own view.
What you say? Yape. Obe take a good decision. And no man so may influence no. Wouldn't bow bebo. Wouldn't bow over 90. Medin of buy near no air.
Bruni ya no mo boss odin.
Sir Herbert Bresso. Na say Ghana Herbert Bresso ye $7,000 US. Sabreno Efa Brunia. I didn't know this time. You
about 20,000.
Now, who got 20 compare at that time of Herbert Venture, Herbert Venture, 8 years, Herbert. So, Papa buy a backup. Dolly Papa buy or Mobacco. Tim Nijana and Nassau on Bacco. Say, Tim no bono. And next, say, Borom Cobono, Cape Coast, a Tapano. Or continue.
Never burning a boy.
Nenye Bruni once a while na me Mata Bruni je Bruni Dito
the one that's a technical director
one year or check
or a technical director
adia why adie me nka so anya die Dito ayadie but me to me ye German Bruni no so o hwe team na ma ye ne enye bi ni
so otoado mo type
otoado no me yom toto papa so oga akopeti ga ko no do mo iko jiko
no training in Germany
enti dey abi before dey enye papa
no you na tell me you ye senior
ade na me
abi before me
papa no beti me ko jiko oba ya hu no be why ya dey siga ko no why kai ya prepare si wa na be
senior assembly senior ambassador assembly out to sign okay bibi ni adwene nye papa dia misro ɛno deɛ mesrɛ wo
na wo ke ko bro ni o te sa me ne me compare wo be bi ti me ya ka bro ni awo Nyankopon ye almost special wo ye den Nyankopon ye da prepare bro ni wo yo wo ko ko bro ni
o ga large user ade wo ye do si bro ni si be
anti yen no
yeah baby before I join the other country
I mean yeah I mean for you now
Sweeping terminations hit protocol for all players' contract to be terminated. Ebuku, Kwampoku,
Kwampoku,
and Justice Bay.
Kwampoku's
contract.
See now you back for you this way there. I say way there. Justice Blake. Kwampoku. Na dia say ma again. Anope na everybody. What dem say we dey here there na so sorry to there.
Justice Blake then there after Kakada ho Kwampoku dia can confirm to you. I can confirm to you. And the process required there is already terminated. Kwesi Asante.
Makelo.
Kwesi Asante. On need dem the next coach for Asante Kotoko. Zito is part of the committee because as a second director, he's part of the committee now. Yes, SHE, the next coach of Kotoko. Now, Jeminim Pan say, as we see today, dear, Asembia Obia Akabiano, more of a the personal opinion. Ebi a me nka minya we ya nka mepe. Minya we am pe. But as a committee
John I yenye kwekwani JB a former MD of Accra to folk na yeni nkomo be meet me sebi na yenko sina na oho ya there. Hello, good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Okay, now over here, Boko there. Good. Ya no man so na ya ton kan you we there ya nyum na be 5 minutes bi na na no na otesa branch bi ye fe no Lazio na what see ha secretariat to office o ma MD nya adwuma na MD not one resign. What now office order? Again, a bema ubienya kukudu wura a big office like that of the MD say supporters say the Jumaye now momo the Juma go for na ma. What do you think could account for this?
Okay, we first of all being stopping the manager has shown in our enemy pandit name. Yes, that is one more studio. Anyway, answer the question. I think that and I'm looking at videos and you finish in a country that's going to.
I never. Let's manage.
Listen to the comments now. The statement now, and the reaction and the scene, you know. In that aspect, you know, the question now is a quite broad subject in regards to internal management information being leaking out, right? Because for example, the internal staff have to know, and the board will also know. And the board will take an action, say, oh, the employer asimasi on you need to money, and I need to manage so you need, and I target say that man until me achieve it. Therefore, me per se you need, and I say you per se the contract me back end I am renewal, and you internal, but for a fund, it got to that extent that the question is on your information then only say happen what God no matter all making claims say the pack iodine and then the external fund support the other council. It is your responsibility. Well, so see, just as many you should know, and you're correct. I've also, when I was there, I also experienced the same thing. Say, then inside a training key, then I managed to get the new training keys arrived. By and check when I'm resign, but by if it's South Africa, they arrived here. I say those things need now the back, but explain and you know, and then I'll be to my conversation. So, or raising questions on the external factors are all now they are making can say one say the Kai pass and man experience. They are pointing out there was big issue with the fans and then the board, and then the technical team and then the board, right? Into as a insulin you have to stabilize it. Into you are pointing and check on the appointed winning coach also. And the other minimum appointment now be ceased. The education said no, the only way I support a little general a win. Into the training say the first now. The first 5 matches there was no news. The ball I say we need 3 games and the ball draw back home, you know, and I'm saying now in Sweden is stable cry. After World Cup, you know, then you start reaching the fans because they are the consumers. Only consumers almost top products, you know. Now you can tell them more about what you are doing, about the club and where we are going. More you keep them informed, they will be calm. But one keeping informed, I'll bet to me, I get rumors. And the normal guy may reason him, not a factors are or no reason say, oh, who are parking as well, and yet good.
So is that a suggestion, sir, Mr. JB? There is a gap there between probably the office of the MD management and then the supporters. They don't have enough briefing. That's why this could happen.
I feel say there might be communication or informing fans. Also this time because of social media, you need to always keep your fans. It's like I say, football. Me use example being used a big Shatawali. It's always engaging with fan base. Did you interactive or show me the same principles you have to football club now. They apply mostly everywhere football. And this is and I say it is they apply animal. It's not always Sata is always relevant. Me use as an example, me use music America.
Yeah.
But the same thing they happen with football. You use certain principles in marketing and communication, getting people involved.
As a general manager then,
yes.
Were you doing this briefing? Were you really in charge of communication, managing the supporters and all that? Okay.
Remember example, maybe once a year behind the scene, so it didn't come out once a year out. But Obina or Akashpo Stadium, the catcher said, "We had your match, Nanajidi, our partner. So, maybe I miss me shorts, dress it, we set normal casual wear. Now, me yes, say, or Palimo, I say, banners no on time. We are in the my year. I wasn't going on the gas in the name GMPO. And we didn't know you in now. I want me tie in the come with the dow. Until we are not community or shower and coffee. Some dress up a pack, so we don't a few seconds, we some address executive have a not be at you. Because that is human action. The demand you must work with a fixed hand.
Okay, so again, sorry, Jose, I want to find out this one too, so that we will be on track. Supporters need this, and it has been there since your time, that there are some individuals who are rather playing the role that's supposed to be played by either the general manager or the MD, and that those people, because Abranti and kind say I'm sure you might have encountered the same problem when you were there. Where Jama assume a senior or maintain and you are not in charge. What is accounting for that perception, if indeed it is?
Okay. I'll go with an example, right? You are pointing me. You sure say I'm keeping the board informed. I'm doing my work. Into one yes, and you are also trying to respond to anything from the media. No, I'm powerful. You know, I'm powerful. Is it? Yeah, I'm powerful. Yeah. The NSA boss, no. All you need to know. A board member was there, right? But I'm not going to know her. They will raise questions. And I also experienced the same thing. Me, your boy, you call World Cup, no. Your boy, when you call World Cup, no. You should World Cup by and you call London for a quick family visit. Without your presence, no. Ma Odote taking in charge. One or two things, me man. Me buy now, you hand over, and me take you over, right? So those things can happen, but internal things, they are supposed to what member be the engagement or media, but for me say they are not on different missions. They are appointing board members, so all representing no. You understand? That is where miscommunication is there. You can inform your fans. Means some in the stadium. You don't see. I don't know. No, don't do that. Football with classes. What they do, or you're very popular stadium, or I don't know, you need tools and anything. Or by training in the class, and I'm in my class, and in the class, and I'm a terrible man, I'm in a ball, and I'm teaching the new. Junior said he was my best time.
Okay. So finally, let's find out this one. Better than a perception, every or Odote can be, they don't allow people to work. It's like any time issues of ours of crop up. Odote can be before Nyajuma. How are we able to get rid of this perception? Finally.
Okay. Also, you say a lot of stigma. You understand? Stigma as a stigma there into say as you know. What I say? Because I say me to be fair, say Mr. They be try and sit in the office a little bit. And I make me say a juma that no, and you 3 in 1 job. Now 3 in 1 job, no, and also you must be a grassroots guy, always on the foot. Mantina there's a gap there, until say Royal Highness with Masuma. His Royal Highness with Masuma say, oh, can you do this for Mr. He's also doing this there. I hope you are getting what I'm saying. But you must be on the ground and make sure say, oh yes, say only around that who are pointing out a board member for representing one. Take that awareness for your fans to know. So that they are board member also back public. I also say, oh, my GM is not there. Well, appointing say in the way man. I'm there on behalf of the GM or not man. So in principle, no, when you support, I mean, who say GM in Juma. When you say they are,
so in all this, finally, Mr. JB, how would anybody bring in the board chairman? Has he helped? And I say Onosuyana or Kahuna and Komowe Koso, probably. How would anybody mention his name as part of these problems?
Okay, no, okay. It's question of a broad, but men handling in practical aspect, right? Me GM, and maybe be 100% wrong. And football is a team game. You can sometimes consult your board. Oh, sorry, board, but you see, idea my young health kakawaha, so they can step in and help you because they also have experience there. What I say, in the sometimes the candidate say, oh, Mr. Dutene, I can be. They have experience. And who so many experience there, and you can fall on them and pick it up and add it to yours and move on because football is a team game. At the same time, you always have to be one step ahead of the game. And yes, we slow down. Not to say we are on your results. I know why you mother. Oh, only you mother. Oh, that's what I'm saying. Did you must want to say the agent now watch it. and I said that the machine also in person also over the knowledge and then remember ABA government the akoye me kai say me aka me frɛ Mr. Kambika na me ejuma say any one of the players immigration status no like work permit into me friend say in connection with me I follow up about me na
okay
into me na me engage in a team game but also the stigma is say almost saying your man and we have to create more awareness about it because football no a team game and we say they are being interactive be distracted due to man and you have to and I'm going to do it next year sometimes internal no a different case and I external so you
a different case and I think we may have to end here now at one common so the discussion continue but we will definitely come back to you now heard said the name and I think he's giving us some good points there and trying to say Zach when I now there echo the first thing we are doing for JB or the Ben at JB it seemed to be a lot
of issues over there.
But Tommy
I know say there's a committee set to look for the coach.
Okay.
They've not met as a committee. In the assembly of the and individual I think say they say so they will thoroughly meet.
No, I'm not
challenging Danger Man, but what I know, which is for a fact, and they they've not met as a committee. They start meeting when question returns. And you know, individual will be on the preference. Say, no, no, a war for now. But so, Mushia, they've not met yet to decide as to the direction now or more ever corner. So, one for Lana Postal American here now, boys and young politician in telephone, James Bonacano.
Boys and young
you 20 boys now, or more qualified team. Or young politician before Bonacano.
Oh, no. Ghana Punya, yeah, lose to come. Yes, I said, if for that, be young politician.
You see, this is a team that qualified the team to this competition. I'm qualified here. Lana put those I'm say 5 and I started and game. But bench what you be uncle be grumble. Just say, I'm qualified we are your pomina. Yeah, just say, your pomina. These boys played very well. And what Chroma say against Senegal, no more shot, no more. Then the coach, in a space of just short time, and the Alpha Bogasa or more Abocha, Mr. Two, or Muntimi, or Abocha baby number more. No, baby number one, and the Alpha was a woman.
Okay, no, and I told you, no, Abocha, no, a foreign player in national to know on time.
Dabi hwɛ na me bɔ match bi ɛna dɔɔ ka no wi kyerɛkyerɛ mu yie tam no na ama na ɛkɔ
me na ama na
o wa make point pa sɛ deɛ national team system
lana bɛ mo ndo ndo asiako de na onka team no ho ɛto o hwɛ ayi ɛkyerɛ na keeper no na onyo a Ofor was there na SL ka ho entry da kosa wa no onka team na ball ayi no nti ɛkyerɛ deɛ three were there the Midfield Niru na no munyo the train no Isa and I feel young Opopo wasn't there, Boahin wasn't there. Now the young one say bench na or qualifiers. Nobody was part of this team. Well, you mean everything. As usual, business. So we understand boys in Etifia, or Bompaye, Yakubu Fiamuka.
Omunesa mfasa mungo show. I do vision kakaka na
national team.
How do you treat them this way for you to play for you?
The national team be on the level or more under 12, 15, 17, 19, 20, 23 and the senior national team. So mo ko tournament e so mo carry along the spirit of the nation. E so minus sun tie o machi. Why are they be a ACO? You under 17, you under 20 recently. Omoko tournament and the players nisi. Ghana for crane players no. The team here come once a two. A dear bet you me about a first game and then we a final squad. Including journalists. eti ɔman ne sunsum ne ni tim n'akyi eti amanfo afa under 20 ni say you mu business 17 na you mu business me to my example bi okay 1993 Australia 93 yeah babo final in Brazil that time na Tego sisters yedin saa no pa na ye boss anyom
yedin kunu
baby na before Ghana bi ye dey need WhatsApp for issue something too you could feel the spirit of the nation. Yes, you could feel the spirit of the nation. Men kase no na chinchin be me ahye wo, but at least you feel the support of the nation. As under 20 bobo mesoto, and even access to watch under 20 tournament game. Now you are sacrificing the nation's TV station GTV. Near the akomo obi am toto ebi and the viewership ko ani ntimi nko ba bia edi na ye nyoma sei I'm sure man pani mahama so reset o man nko reset sa area ne nka ho na every for need take advantage di mizoto de ye nyoma enye enware players e do makobo tournament na ye so ma create number mo se mo ndi hotel aduane na makoto pizza na mom ade echi anopa mizoto omokobo match anwumre yes you take key players na mse wiem ho be 1-2 ansa na players didi adai
Tommy
yeah Tama
the over the man answer on
okay go to FA Cup in common it looks like the aspect I will come about teams in demand the ball in here but the principle it's a bond between my pictures na fula I say wo mumrem so from semi corner where they are the bebo atade nti na say ababa ye o ho a say ababa ye say ye wo busa nti o check dreams ne Kimfesa this dreams Kimfesa this Kimfesa against Swatre good I'm just explaining and you see them say enene wumi this was I think 2 years ago the semi-final and a boom. Then Nobaba Dreams Kimfesa final the two bingo. Then last season Swatre and the Buffo you see it in there. And the aspect I said the clubs will now have to these dreams time I dreams about a FA Cup the final the two now who say a bomb and so a more main sponsor but I see the other sponsor beneath it. And things at first so cry to normal false class or shorts no class and for boom count. Yes. Nay, both what had the middle shows me, but I think they're moving forward. You know, the clubs no would have to.
The meeting say na me can say, and yet, if one go, and your football for meeting,
I say a commercial
business one.
With this last season, final no, or if you are tremine a year buffalo, if you are tremine for just now who seems to I think say if you are clubs, they say or raise an objection. Moving forward, say be a good him say the money you give us, yes, you better see my boy
that's right.
Should be higher than a year what you are giving us.
That's right.
Now on the coaching aspect, you know, too, I said now work on the club is far from selecting a person to lead them for next season. Based on the info, said they are going to focus for now with Zito to end the season. And Zito even taking over is also is even part of the discussion on the team.
No, I don't know a member of that. He was a member of the team.
Yes, what can?
Maybe you shouldn't remember.
Last resort.
Now say no bongo for you.
No, say last resort.
No, I'm saying that if he has
a last resort.
Maybe the one no go here.
No, that's it. Zito being a member the last resort in there, but and also on the players in there. Say danger kind of question the Omeri dada. But the rest will be done immediately on the season now. There's a movie season the last season on Sunday, not Tuesday. On the players kwano. Sana we no subay. Why be ja kwano? Right after say.
Thank you. See, we are not talking for the Akanina.
Me the American say Sunday your match. You need dreams. Tough. Wa pebo papa hwibian. Sunday ubaba bayala. Obe wuti say no kotoko. Ye ni agro because he say no. Ye dina finance and ye ya boy wi. Enti they say league there no ni ebe pre. Ye no to kwan bia say niam nka echi maye. Enti supporters no mfo anchi o mutrim. Say ye be share dreams. Na ye share ye next matches. Enti amanfo emra ye me support team no. Na ye win match no ya de ehia ye. Gate fees no ye 20, 30, 70. Dada no a ye ntum until say akwa Africa.
Okay.
And I support a bia so pese akwa Africa. Na o pese akwa Africa na sorry na atifi na be booster score line ya emwa. Ye meta boys na chi. Na ye nya African stock na ye nko. Ye konso a e ho na Ghana fo be gi edi. Kuma se ma be gi edi. E hu se kotoko yitim. Ye ho na ye pese ku ye bibi. Ama manfu. Nti mumra me support ye san.
Okay.
Na ye nchi dreams.
That's it. That's the senior. Mr. Dua.
Yeah. Tama.
Thomas Dua.
Yeah, sometime.
So kwa under 20 tournament. Oh na the red card no.
Dabi. Manye bibi amanye.
Oh, you ma ya brain e ba ne ho no.
Dabi anu ya 17.
So
20 dey and them. Morocco. Oh yeah. Me kwa na to first goal ma Ghana.
So ko Morocco ba wan ko Malaysia. Then.
No, Satan ma sign professional contract to Europe. Entina
Tiamba no.
Dabi.
17 na udidi referee na tem.
Referee what kasa did.
Yeah, 20 na amfa e free.
No market we BBT. The BT and striker can be but as you say the Mrofoni see ya no. Yensua ni ye. Omunim so so mama me enkyere ho.
Omo yan say.
So wo person take under 16 team a ye nya national one to say there because under 16 ye more tournament. Oh baby ah. E bia no 16 years ni be good. I say you soon under 20 tournament. But say there no mercy ko no. We good ah. Who know? We good ah. We na commander 16 for no. Enti promote into under 20 because ya chichem ya 19 wo 20 wo and you wo 19 wo Ashanti region 19 e bia Cape Coast for so wo under 19 no ya no regionals and no as a professional player who you 18 years until under 19 ni 20 ni na so go under 19 no enu kwa say under 19 bia wo unya under 17 under 15 Yaka ni nyina esu egu no. And obia was 17 years no. So utimi for so under 20. Because under 18 we are 100% professional player. Who 18 years are who Europa. Satam ne be ma professional contract. And now 2 say who 16 years. Now you good to kra na. And now say 1940 di wani mu kan ne ayi nti no untimi me san omo me yamfa onko and 20 no ma performance no unko show no up abedi pele ball World Cup African Cup no 16 years se si anko bobo under 16 Jibril me example so achiro Sami Kofo yeah Sami Kofo ko ball Barcelona 92 no 15 years into a hand ko under 15 and Jamasa no mana omodi atoto what say omu bie football no and yes system no omo ye no no
exam ye no
enu tira me ye
omo a ye di on bobo no ye omo a ye ko fo mu abrochire ba no so ya do so
and no say na make say sa age we kura de answer na afo bi nko under 20 no e say more na Ghana afo no ehu ni TV so
TV no count
say I say make say professional you know system no e say 100% because when Jimmy can jam say obi ni team me afa na free the club so omla no be under 20 no me o me perform ho me nkonya team da bia nya sa ye tam
o me mba be play team ho
say ye tam ne bi si
it's that since when yanko tournament no yanko and World Cup ni bi
Ghana they too bad ye bompa ya mo but omu ye nya
bompa yanko
deliberate no
bompa yanko na ye fatie mizoto ye national under 17 selection and they call pam ye see you invite obi ama ne mehwemi o ma na to no mo ye o selection player ye fa no ye nim o ma yan form ye nim ubo ho ane ahye o mo Ghana jesi no mo gina park no
enye that team we na coach ga so mo training 2 days a no ma ba o mo team
we man e do mo we man na Black Stars bo qualifiers a every president di o mo chiko Germany no